Hello everybody, today we're going to be looking at another one of these YouTube channel stealer malwares, but this might be the most bizarre one of all the things because they emailed me saying they were from Parallels Incorporated, which is a company that makes the Parallels virtualization software, as far as I know. Yes, this one. So it's utterly bizarre that they would email me about video editing software. Now, to me, this looks like Magic's Vegas Pro. But to me, this looks like they stole the website right off of there. I could be wrong, but because I use Adobe Premiere. Yeah, it's a bit different, but I think that's for hitfilm or DaVinci Resolve. There's a couple legitimate ones. I personally use Adobe. I think that Vegas and those are perfectly good options. Now, something you should know about video editing software. It is not something you could just make overnight. It is a very involved process. These people are claiming to already be on version 16 of a software that I've never heard of. That's bizarre. They're claiming to be partnered with BorisFX and all these other reputable, which is interesting. Yeah, and then we've got some sort of GUI here. I'm not really sure what software this is. It might be hitfilm, actually. Now, if they were smart, what they would do is steal open source software so that it would look like it worked. Yeah, 8 times faster, let our powerful editing suite take you where you want to go. Multi-core and GPU, well, I think we do have multi-cores on this VM, but we don't have, well, we have the VMware GPU, which hopefully will be good enough. And we can make use of WinZip. Complete rubbish software. If it fails at this, I am actually going to uninstall it. Yes. A password is required. Oh, that's interesting. Are they actually going to stop us? That is interesting how they're seemingly determined to stop us. Okay. 783 megabytes. Now that's interesting. We can at least get an idea. Audio drives. Okay. I think if we go in here, we can we not even see the structure? Yeah, raw encryption, I think has been broken to some degree, but it would take quite a bit of time to crack it. Okay. So, contact us. We are away. So, this is an interesting experiment. I think they have probably started passwording it to prevent people like me from making content, or to stop antivirus software. So you've got all these fake things. It obviously only runs on Windows, just like all of them, which is really interesting if you're claiming to be from Parallels Inc., which is a company that makes Mac software. Parallels does not make Windows software. So this is some sort of broken web demo. hitfilm. Here we go. It is hitfilm Pro. If I had to guess, hitfilm Pro is probably also on the same... Oh wow, look how similar that is. Identical. That's how all of these websites work, by the way. They will completely carbon copy something that is legitimate. hitfilm is, I think... Is it free? I don't know. I thought it was free, but maybe it isn't free anymore. There's hitfilm, Vegas. All good options. If you do want something free, I strongly recommend Kdenlive. It is free, open source, generally a good option. It's not quite as feature-rich as like Premiere, but it's definitely usable, so that's a good solution for that. But let's see if... So if we can't get the password out of this, let's try and see who's running this, if we can get any idea. So they're doing Google site verification, FX Hub. Okay, so they're not putting a huge amount of work into disguising the fact that this is a lazily repackaged hitfilm website. They've got links to FX Home, because of course they do. It's in beta. We have an access key. Okay. Now here they're acknowledging the access key. Highly unlikely we're going... It's unlikely we're going to find the password lying in plain text here, so we could try using a RAW cracker. Now, okay. Now this is an absurdly slow So we could try that, but so I don't think we can use any sort of CPU code. Okay, world's first machine learning. So I kind of want to try this. It'll only show the first 4 characters, but we don't know how long the password they're using is, but I do kind of want to try it. Okay, let's see. Oh, it first of all wants an RPC file, which we can example. Okay. This is confusing. Okay, maybe we want to use the other one. Create new project. Okay, now we get to load the raw archive, so let's just go for this one. Add at least one file to the project. All of them. So we can only... that's fine, we only need one password. Attack of artificial intelligence. We don't know. Okay. Well... okay, so that's not going to work. So dictionary attack. Don't have a dictionary file. Okay. Statistics-based approach. Okay. Try. I don't think this is going to be successful, but... because it's predominantly assuming that you can... oh, it's already crashed. Well, that's helpful. I was looking on Twitter to see if we could find any possible examples of a key. We can't, however, I did find a very similar named software, which is unaffiliated. But it's interesting how they stole their name and stole the branding off of HitFilm Express, and this is what you end up with. Now, what's interesting... do we have... let's get 7-zip, because 7-zip will show us what's in there. The rest of the software has been complete rubbish. But what's interesting is if we dig a bit deeper, we can find that a lot of... there is some files in here. Like, they've put more effort into this Trojan than they did in the last few. So if we open this up with 7-zip, you can see, and they've even apparently seemingly faked the size. Now, the only file that actually matters is this one, which is one of the junk files. Just like I've shown in my previous videos, they will oftentimes be filled with zeros. Now, the way that the compression algorithms work, used by zip files, or 7-zip, or any other software, it will encode it in such a way that zeros will all... like, it just needs to say the number of zeros, basically. So it doesn't take up much space. So that's how you can tell if a file has been expanded. So they're trying to make it look more realistic, because no legitimate video editing software is going to be 200 megabytes, or 20 megabytes. 200 is possible. Like, Premiere Pro is gigabytes. If it's under a gigabyte, question it. If it's under 100 megabytes, it's functionally impossible. Got audio drivers. In a lot of cases, these are copied straight from the legitimate source. You might even find a reference. We want ENUS. Nothing so. We thought some of this may even come straight from legitimate AVI plug. These may even be legitimate HitFilm files straight out, which is, interesting. So, it's interesting how much work they put into trying to fool people. I guess because people have started to catch on to the fact that there are programs going around which steal your channel. So, I think this is all we can do, really. We can't... seemingly there's no way of getting a password so that I can execute this. I strongly encourage nobody run this if you do end up getting the password, because it's almost certainly malicious, and no legitimate software works like this. So that's going to be all for now. Bye.